Hey guys, this is Jarek Shanowski. I'm going to tie a fly for you today for the 727 Angler. And the author of that's William Corte, one of my good buddies. This is the fly, little bait fish pattern, nice and small, works good for snook and anything you can really think of for the salt. I'm sure it'd work for bass. So what you do is you take an owner hook, give it a nice little bend, and they come pre-bent, so you kind of want to straighten it back by bending it. Now this one is already good to go. The materials you're going to need for this is some purple EP fibers, 3D, and some epoxy brush. This is going to work good. This will be for the head. Alright, so you give it a few laps around, start your base. You kind of want to start your tie right at the tip of the hook, which is pretty well on. You straighten that up, tighten it down. Alright, so I'm going to take the 3D. This will be for the body. You don't want to grab too much, just the perfect amount. Work it out. Nice little clump. Take your scissors, a little clip behind. Take that. Put it right on the hook. You can decide of how long you really want it to be. So I think I want it a little bit shorter. I'm going to give it a nice one more little clip. Definitely some strong stuff, I'll tell you that. There's that. So you're going to take it, bring it right on top, right at the butt. Wrap, do wraps, nice and easy. Get it on there nice and tight. And there it'll stand. Now one thing that I like to do is bring your line around the back of it so that it doesn't foul so hard. Once, around again, and come back through this side. Nice and easy, and over the top. Just like that. Okay, and then what you're going to do is tie a little knot. Bring it around. Put it right over that hook. Cinch it down. Make it nice and tight. Give it a little snip. That will be the body of the fly. Okay, then what we're going to do is take the EP Foxy brush, get a nice little piece out of there. Comes on a little wire. Work a piece out. Now you don't need a lot of this because if you put too much on there, it's going to float and won't sink as easy, nor will it swim as great. You want a lot of movement. All right. So you take it, you kind of want to bend it together to where it, just keep all the hair together on the same side. Work it to where it kind of sits right, because you're going to be wrapping that around the hook. This is going to act as the head. So I'm probably going to only have to go to about here, so that's where I'll stop at. I like to take this little end and clip that a little bit so it's not in my way. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take it around the fly. This part's not the easiest. Kind of bend it around and keep your finger on there if you can for a little bit. Just try to keep the hairs facing in the same direction the whole time, which is not easy. Make sure it's nice and tight on your hook. And I've been told to do about 6 loops, 6 wraps. By one of my good friends, Cody Miller, who works at Bill Jackson's. Professional fly tie. He's very good at it. Bring it around a few times. Like I was saying, about 6. It's hard to keep that together. These hairs and stuff, but you just got to make it happen. I don't know. I'm sure I've done more than 6 by now. You kind of just got to feel it out. You know, every fly is different. I'll do 2 more. Alright, then take it, give it a little clip. And from here, you're going to take this little pin, you're nice and easy, pull all of these hairs out. You don't want to pull too hard or else you start unwrapping, and that's definitely what you don't want. Nice and easy. I'll work all those hairs out of there. Probably could have used a little bit more wraps, but hey, this fly's gonna work. Nice and easy. Work around on this side. It's a little bit of a timely process, but hey. Nice and easy. And then you'll start to see the shape of your fly. You can do all your trimming at the end, if you trim. So I'm going to try to pull out a few more of these hairs because they're all wrapped up in there. That should do it. Okay, now from there, here it is. Kind of tighten that down so it's not going to go anywhere. Around and over. Alright, give her a little snip. Turn this back that way. Kind of pull all of your hairs out of it. Just give a nice little wrap around the top. Not too far back or else it's not going to look the way that you want it to. That's perfect. Okay. From there, you're going to tie another nice little knot. Alright, we'll snip that again. Alright. Give it a few more wraps to make it strong. Alright, one more knot tie. There it is. A little snipper right there. Alright, now we've got our body, got the head on there. We're going to take our eyes. You can find these at Bill Jackson's. You can really use any color you want. It's all up to the angler. But I like to put a little bit of flash. These will work just fine. So you get some of this Zap goo. I only use this for my eyes. Kind of just like the first process of the epoxy head. I use this for all my flies. Stuck. There we go. So you can kind of leave your eye on there so that you can apply the glue right to it. Not too much, not too little. That perfect little amount. And what you're going to do is apply it right about to the front of the head. Push it down, kind of just let it sit there. How's that look, Corte?
Looks great.
Alright. Let's throw on another eye. There's another eye off there. Grab a little bit more of the Zap goo. See, the problem is if you use too much of this, you're going to see it on your fly, because when you push it towards the hook, it's going to spread out. So then you just take it and put it right to the other side, right where it was. Now you can clean up the glue after, but you want to make sure that it's on there nice and tight. Looks good. I think they look pretty straight on. Let me see. Do a little check. Now some of the glue, like I was saying, you can see it at the bottom. You can worry about that later. Let that dry. Take your UV light. Loon Outdoors provided that. I like the shield around it so you don't see it.
You don't want to look at that light.
It's not good for you. Kind of just work it.
What does the UV light do?
It dries the epoxy and the glue. More so the epoxy, but I definitely know it's going to help this glue out a little bit. Alright, should be enough. They say it only takes about 3 to 5 seconds for it to dry, but I like to do a little bit more. I'm just going to kind of straighten it up, make it look nice and even. Take a look at it myself. Yes, it looks good. Alright, now for the epoxy. Last step, besides trimming, which I don't do much trimming. Because when you do, then you trim too much sometimes. Alright, so you can take some Loon Outdoors. It'll be the thick. They got flow and they got thin. I got some flow in my drawers, but I don't really use that too much either. The thin you can use on your knots and your line and whatnot. I didn't put any on this time, but I do on some of the flies. The last step is to put little bits on there. Nice and easy. Don't want to put too much, just enough for a little fish head. Comes out quick. You can kind of work it. This acts as the head. It'll kind of seep into all the cracks, which is exactly what I want it to do. You just want it to stand out just a little bit over the eyes, I like to do. Alright. Quickly grab your light and dry it. Only takes about 3 to 5 seconds, but I like to do a little bit more. Easy. Shoot it up from the bottom. You look into it. Oh God, Corte. Reckless. Alright, I'm going to do the same thing to the bottom. I'm try to tilt this up just a little bit. It's all good. It's good. Excuse my language. Nice and easy. Might be a little bit too much, but you can kind of play with it, even it out. Perfect. Take your light, give it a little bit of shine. Oh, sorry. Sorry, camera. Yeah, it's looking good. So now you can kind of just work it around a little bit, play with it. You know, you can take this little bobbing pin right here and kind of just get some of that glue off there and make it look a little bit better.